The Omnic Weekly. Welcome everyone. It is Saturday, March 7th, and this is episode 190 of the Omnic Weekly. I am Dameses, and today I'm joined by Akila.
Hello.
By Frozen.
Hello.
And by our good friend Pog.
Hello there.
Hello there. But we have a special guest today. I've been announcing this on my stream for the last few days, so anybody that watches my stream is in no way surprised. But everybody else is going to be completely flabbergasted. Because today we have the voice actor for none other than Emre on the podcast. And I'm going to do my best. Okay, I'm bracing myself. Kerem Erdinc.
Flawless execution. I am impressed.
I know I was wrong, but I appreciate you kind of giving me the little pat on the back there. How you doing, Kerem? Welcome to the podcast.
It is a pleasure to be here. I have been waiting for this one for a very, very long time.
Oh, we feel honored.
The moment I signed my Blizzard NDAs, I've been waiting to come on this podcast, so I am thrilled to be here.
You're making us blush.
Exactly. It's a pleasure to have you. I mean, it was with everything that happened over the last year, or the last few weeks. Actually, what am I saying? The last year, the last few months, to see the expansion of what we can call the Overwatch community, and with your addition and the addition of your hero and of all the other heroes that were added, it has been a very exciting time. So for us, it is an extreme pleasure to talk to you. There's a lot of people in this group. I think everybody that is very much impressed with the work you did. Some of us have been watching some of your other interviews. It's just because we're kind of very interested in your story. I mean, I think you have one of the most inspiring stories out of all the voice actors that we've spoken to at this point, but we'll get into that a little later. I also want to ask my co-hosts how the guys are doing. I don't want to be rude to you guys. I love you. You know that. Akila, how you going?
We know that. We're not important today, I think.
Yeah, no. I
think we're all doing good. The weather is good. Let's go back to Kerem.
Absolutely. Yeah, I agree.
I do want to add that the weather was a little less today, just to get it out there, because it is an important part of this podcast that we comment on the weather.
The weather in different parts of the world.
That's
why people listen. They must know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm happy to hear it, because when I'm in Los Angeles, I feel bad. Normally, when I'm talking to people, they say, "Oh, it's dreary, it's depressing. We're in the middle of a blizzard," and I look out my window, and it's just like sunshine and birds chirping, and I'm like, "Oh,
okay." Rub it in, well, don't you?
Sucks to be you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, isn't it?
There's one story I want to add to that. I've told this on the podcast before, but I was invited to the Spotlight event last year, and I was like, "Oh yeah, awesome. Los Angeles in February. There's going to be nice weather. I'm going to get my vitamin D in." I arrived, I had one day of good weather, then it started raining for the rest of my stay. I was like, what is this? I came all the way. I spent 12 hours on an airplane to end up in the same weather than I started out with. Come on. I felt cheated. I mean, how many days of rain do you guys have in Los Angeles? Like 10, 20 a year, something like that? And I managed to.
It's unpredictable. It can be more, it can be less. Sometimes summer, it's sunny every day. Other times, June gloom lasts through the whole summer, and then we have summer in November. It's completely dealer's choice every year.
Oh, I love that. The more summer, the better. I don't care that it's random. The more, the better. But anyways, let's veer away from the weather and get started with the... I know that Akila has prepared some questions. I'm very much looking forward to what she...
Well, I just prepared a few things to get us going, or at least to have some structure, so we don't talk about the weather for an hour, basically.
Challenge accepted.
No.
Let's go.
But actually, no, I think that let's obviously enjoy that Karen's here with us, and a lot of people that have not seen other interviews or something and are not very familiar with him, I would love, Kerem, to ask you a little bit about, before we get into talking loads about Overwatch, which we will, so to ask you if you could tell us how you got into acting and how this crazy thing started, because I do know that you've done other, you were in Obi-Wan and other projects. Like how did your path started before you got to Emre?
Oh, that's a long story from beginning
I'm getting
to
coffee.
Emre.
Nice.
Yeah, you kick back because it is a long journey since childhood. I would say was my true beginnings into getting into the acting profession, so to speak. I think it started when I started playing with action figures, quite honestly. I was very annoyed with myself when I was playing with my Batman action figure that it didn't sound like Batman. And I would get very upset when it would sound like a young 7, 8-year-old boy talking with the Batman figure. So I would go again and again and again and trying to make myself sound like Kevin Conroy from the cartoons or Mark Hamill and whatever characters it may be, Ninja Turtles, you name it. And that's where I guess the voiceover bug got into my brain first, where
nice.
I always had a fascination with any sort of media that was dismissed as either childish or not real cinema, like comic books, cartoons, video games, you name it. And from there, fast forward years through school, I joined a lot of theater and loved doing musicals and that kind of thing during primary school. I then just decided to open a YouTube channel in, I want to say 2015 mainly. And I just started recording things and doing some films with friends, short films, live action as well. And those videos I would make on YouTube were either of things that I really enjoyed, like I would write monologues for Dark Souls characters and give the boss characters tragic backstories because they normally don't speak in the games. But then I gave these poetic sort of motivations to all the characters and just posted them on YouTube just for fun and practice. And that lasted for about 5 years. I would silo myself away from the acting community proper, just building up my skills, building up my confidence, trying to get to a place where I felt confident enough to start auditioning for things. That was about 3 years into my YouTube career, I would say. I then started auditioning for things on Twitter or any sort of voiceover casting boards, just normal indie stuff that you would find posted. And then from there, I got my first agent. And that was a cattle call agency where they would just throw a bunch of auditions at your inbox and whatever stuck they would represent you on. And I got a lot of commercial work from there. But I always wanted to be in video games and animation, anime, that sort of realm I wanted to branch out into. So then I got referred to my current agent, who I'm really, really happy with. And that was about 3 years ago now, where that really kicked off into professional voiceover work where I'm in these properties like video games, animated films, anime. That's when it started for me. And from there, I've just been working at it and trying to get to a place where I feel that it can be my main profession, because it was always competing at the same time. I studied finance in college. I was a financial analyst, and I branched out into marketing. Totally different.
Yeah,
That's way different.
Yeah. Well, we all talk about we are all artists with a day job, right?
exactly.
Until we can,
And I was always so responsible and risk adverse. So I always felt like, oh, acting, I don't know. I want to build a career for myself and steady, stable income, paychecks coming in every month. I was that person in my mind. So eventually it just sort of started creeping in there, where it was almost fun having the two paths of my life competing with each other. And eventually it became where they're both equal. And now with Overwatch, I'd say that was the biggest role I've had so far. I've had a lot of great roles that I've been very, very happy and honored to be a part of huge gaming properties and animated properties. But this one was very special to me, that it tied back to my cultural roots as well as it being a character I was obsessed with from the very beginning, since he was officially dubbed Emre Sarol in Operation White Dome. So yeah, that's the long short of my secret origins in acting. Just a 10-year road of hobby turned to career.
That is impressive. I mean, just with the sounds of it, you've been slowly kind of carving yourself a path that is leading to a place, because as I understood it, you have been playing, well, we know that for a fact. We've seen you and heard you talk about this, but you've played Overwatch before, and you were on the Reddit, the subreddit for Emre. You just set your mind to it. This is what I want to achieve. And look at this. You just got it done. That is impressive. I think it is very inspiring, especially for anybody that is creative. So
Absolutely.
kudos. Yeah. That is a beautiful story.
So like casting wise, like did you know you were auditioning for Emre? Or
I did.
Ooh.
Yes.
Because I know sometimes Blizzard does like a weird thing where they like won't tell you.
A lot of games won't normally, where they'll change the names and try to keep the properties very hidden. But in this case, it was actually, there was a lot of luck involved too, because I learned this after the fact, that initially they cast in Turkey only. And I'm in the States. So they had a full casting process in Turkey. They couldn't quite find the fit that they were looking for. Then they went to Europe. Same thing happened. Then finally they came to America, and they were looking for Emre. And I auditioned maybe the last week they were looking in the United States.
Oh, wow.
Which, there was a lot of doors that had to be closed before mine was open. So I count my lucky stars that it went down the way it did.
It's almost destined in a way. I mean, just with the sound of it, it's insane.
It's because you are Emre.
Well, I try to keep a very firm dividing line between being Emre versus being his. I call myself his steward.
Yeah.
I like to do that because I feel he belongs to everyone. Everyone has their own sort of ownership of the character. I see headcanons flying, ships going around, OC's art being paired with him. So I just call myself his steward, his little keeper. And Emre belongs to the world. He doesn't belong to me.
Yeah. Actually, this leads me to one of the questions that I was curious. It's because it could be, you touched on a lot of things, but could you name like your favorite things about playing Emre? And I know that you touched on like your heritage and a character that you already admired. Like but if you were to get into more of that, what is it about Emre himself that makes it so exciting to play him?
Well, he was such a gift because I didn't know who Emre was until I got into the booth as well. I just was so excited by the concept of the character. I didn't really know what they were going to do with him. I mean, from the audition, I got the impression of the twist involved with his character, where the change up of him being cybernetically enhanced super soldier now, akin to that of a Winter Soldier, which intrigued me. But what really, really, as I started recording through the many sessions we had, that really excited me as an actor was how layered he was. Sometimes he's funny, sometimes he's sexy, sometimes he's morose, sometimes he's miserable, sometimes he's hopeful. He's all these things. All of it is him. He's not just one note, which is very easy to fall into in this kind of hero shooter game where you don't really get that much time with a character to really flesh them out into a story, to where they're expressing all these different sides of themselves, which the lore pieces really helped out with that. Especially my favorite thing I ever recorded for the whole thing was Another Life with Olivia Lee Anderson, where you really get a good breadth of his emotions and what he's going through. And then you turn around and you go to the gameplay, and he's this swashbuckling big brother of Overwatch kind of character too at the same time. He can be both things at once, and it doesn't feel strange or out of place or awkward. It just feels, oh, this guy is just very layered and complicated. And the best part is that he sees himself as simple. He has that line, just dumb, where he just doesn't see himself as all these things, which I think is very cool with such a cool character to be humble like that across the other characters. And he treats them all differently, which has been a pleasure to play.
Yeah, especially because he is basically in a very strange spot in his life, to put it lightly. So the fact that he has still all these facets while he's basically kind of in a full-on identity crisis, again, to put it lightly, is I think it is. Do you feel, because I've noticed it with other heroes too, with the 5 that were added recently? Do you think it has something to do with the huge lore shift that we've seen this year, and kind of the narrative team getting the space to discover these heroes in a more elaborate way, I guess, in collaboration, of course, with the actors that are behind it?
Oh, yes, definitely. I imagine that, I mean, I certainly noticed the shift as a player in how they've been operating with the lore, as well as the lore drops. They're taking bolder swings. There are elements to the story, like Doomfist's absence now, that are more, I feel consequences are more on the table than they've ever been before for the story, as well as what happens to the characters. The relationships are more concrete now as well. I think of Freya and Emre being so closely linked together, and other characters as well among the story. I mean, Jetpack Cat as, just being directly tied to Brigitte and, excuse me, I burped there.
No worries.
But,
it's part of life. Good. It's a part of life.
It's really cool to see that the story is taking more bolder directions, and Vendetta as well, just being this force of nature in the story. I'm excited to see where that goes. It's just a really exciting time to be. My origin in Overwatch was being a lore head. So for me, it's just, a buffet.
Yeah,
Getting fed.
I think for a lot
Finally.
of us. Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting to see that, and I think it creates a more expansive plateau for people like yourself to work on. I think it shows. It really shows with everything that has been done. Love how, by the way, I just want to add this. Every time anybody talks about Jetpack Cat, there's just a giggle everywhere. Everybody's just so giggly.
She brings so much joy.
You had to be mad
You were
if you
talking about-
mentioned.
You were talking about how rich and like backstories all these characters have, and there's Jetpack Cat. I'm like, yes, rich.
And she's a cat that was found
Maybe
and adopted.
She might be more complicated than we know at the moment. Who knows?
We hope. We can only hope, because at the moment, Jetpack Cat's backstory is, so there was a cat in Gibraltar, and Brigitte was like, "Oh, poor her, adopted. Put a jetpack. Let's go."
The cat distribution system at work, even in the future. Exactly.
Absolutely.
Even
It
in
will always
Overwatch.
be at work.
Yeah,
You know
but-
what? It works. If it works, it works. It can be simple.
Yeah.
yeah.
Absolutely.
If you have a cat, you know that is very realistic. No joke. Apart from the jetpack, of
Oh yeah, I
course.
was going to say. I was going to say the
The jetpack.
jetpack is not. If my cats
but
had
a cat
jetpacks, I would
just-
move.
I mean,
saying.
but
Such
if
a
a
breath of
cat
fresh.
just kind of squeezing into your life is very realistic. It's like,
It
I
is.
don't know where this cat came from. He's just here now, and now
It's
I
just
guess
deal
I'm
with it.
taking care of it. Yeah.
I mean, it's such a
going back
breath
a
of
little
fresh
bit.
air. Yeah, sorry.
No,
I will
it's fine.
say,
Mhm.
Faria and I saw Spotlight a week early, and that was the first time we ever saw our characters, by the way, in game.
Oh, wow.
Just a week before Spotlight. And me and Faria, all we can talk about, of course, was Jetpack Cat. Of course.
Don't mind our
Never mind
characters.
our
Look at this cat. Look at what this cat
Out
can
of the
do.
way. Let's see the
Our very complicated character with like intricate lore, but that cat.
But the cat, look what she can do. She is so much fun.
She does meowing.
Actually, in a
It's
way.
interesting you mentioned that. Yeah.
Go ahead, Bob. Go ahead.
I was saying, like, you've just mentioned Faria, like, you know, the Overwatch voice actor community seems like super tight knit. I saw recently that you guys got together maybe like a week or two ago for a little bit of a celebration. I'm just wondering, like, what that's been like, just being it's like a new addition to the roster and with all of the other voice actors, and how that's been sort of entering that world for you.
I have been a part of several casts that were tight knit, where everybody more or less knows of each other, particularly in the Los Angeles space as well, where everyone, even if you haven't met, you've heard of people from people. It's a very close knit community in general, voice actors.
Right.
You don't really last long if you're not nice or don't work well with others, fortunately. But this was a unique experience for me, the Overwatch cast in particular. I mean, right off the bat, the first time I got together with everyone, but before that, initially, I met Faria. She was the first Overwatch voice actor that I met when I was cast, because we did our interviews together for the press before the Spotlight event a week before. And she was an absolute delight. And we sort of bonded over our trenches, venturing through the press trenches for about 6 hours, sitting with each press corps from North America press corps, Europe press corps, Korea, China, Japan. So we grew pretty tight at that point. So we were sort of our anchors for each other through the whole process. And then after that, we went to a party at Carolina Ravassa's house, who voices Sombra, and got to meet the rest of the cast there, where instantly just absolute delights, all of them. They were all so warm to us, so welcoming. They were 10-year veterans who made us feel right at home and just asking questions. I even got Andre to do her alt line. I felt like a complete dork asking, but I'm like,
Please do
You
it.
gotta be a little bit of a fanboy sometimes.
I had to. It was so powerful. I got a cramp in my foot and I like kneeled over. At that moment, I was convinced. I'm like, no, it was your voice acting that gave me the cramp. It wasn't the fact that I didn't have enough liquids or the tacos. It was that reason.
It's not a stomach cramp. It's a knee cramp,
Strong.
okay?
And then at Spotlight, I met Josh, who voices Roadhog. And as I do, I try to be polite. And I said, it's a pleasure to meet you. And I hold out my hand. He's like, no, brother. We don't shake hands in this family. We give hugs. And he came in and gave me the big Roadhog hug. And I was like, oh, this is amazing. It melted my heart. And just everyone was so wonderful. Johnny, voice of Lucio, funniest human being you could possibly imagine. Just everyone was such delights.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to see you guys interact with each other. Blizzard is such an expert in finding the right people for the right job, so to speak, but also to find the people that strengthen each other, that make sure that there's a community that you can rely on. And it has been like that for the start. And I'm glad to see that they keep at it, that they keep scoring goals with this, because we've talked to a few of your colleagues, and everybody is such a delight to talk to. You guys are all so nice, so humble, but also so talented. So good job on the voice team, to Olivia and her team on at Blizzard.
Yeah.
They're doing an amazing job.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
But I can imagine if you're meeting those people for the first time, if you've been playing this game for just as long as we have, and you get talk to the voice actors for you get to talk to the voice actors for Sombra. I know that Josh, who plays Roadhog, is extremely funny. He's just like, have you asked him to do Optimus Prime? He does such a good job. Oh God, when you had him,
That'll be one for next time.
oh yeah, you need
And
to ask him.
already having a room full of voice actors must be so incredibly funny when one person starts imitating someone. Is it like a chain reaction or?
Yeah, what is the question?
100%. 100%. Because nobody wants to be the first one that pops out the voice. Everyone's all like, oh, we're very,
We're very normal.
we're normal. We're leaving the work at work. And then they hear, oh, let's break it down. And then everyone just starts bringing their alt lines out. You start hearing them go off like little explosions around the corner of the party. It's so
That's
fun.
beautiful.
That's amazing.
Can
Wait
you
till I'm
imagine?
of the party.
Can you imagine being a neighbor and you're an Overwatch player and suddenly you hear all these alt lines going off? You're like,
Oh my
what is
God.
happening? Am I going
Nightmares.
crazy?
Nightmares.
My game. There's something wrong with my game.
Like,
I keep
in,
hearing
in
the
the
voice
middle of
lines.
the Overwatch game, suddenly, like in the back of your head, you hear like Emre's voice line. You're like, "What's happening? Where is he?"
Well, they
I did
expect
hear-
the Emre. They expect the Emre from me, but then when I bring out my Reaper, I'm like, "Damn you, Sarah!" And they're like, "Oh,
Nice,
you can
nice,
do it
nice.
too."
I
People are
don't
so
know
Everyone
if-
might feel their jobs are being threatened.
I don't know if I am remembering this correctly, but I did hear someone interviewing Matthew Mercer, who does Cassidy, asking if he sometimes did the outline in team chat to confuse people. He's like, no, I don't do that, but sometimes I say the wrong time. Or something. I might have misremembering, but there was something along those lines of saying something in Matt chat of like, instead of saying it's high noon, it's like it's 11:47, and that became an April Fool's line.
Yeah.
I've been really curious. What was your like favorite line or bit to do for Emre? Was it like the silly ones or the really deep ones? Did you have like a favorite? Your favorite one?
I have a favorite, but I can't say what that is yet. But I will say what's
Oh.
in the game
Mhm.
right now is I didn't expect this line to make it, which is why it became my favorite. I have two actually right now that are favorites right now. The first one, I didn't expect to make it because it was so outrageously flirty, where I go, "So, what are
What
they?"
up? I love that one so much. When I heard that line in the game, I was like, wait, does this mean what I think it means? And then it was part of the Valentine session. I was like, it means what I think it means.
Oh, I'm blushing.
I enjoyed it so much.
When I recorded that, I looked at Miranda, who was recording with me at the time, Miranda Moyer, who's the lead narrative in charge of Emre, and I just went, "Is that okay?" And she just went, "We'll see, we'll see." That one's a little, whew, that's right on the line there, but we'll see. And then, sure enough, the game launches season 1, and I see it's in the battle pass. I'm like, "It made it!"
Yes, you made it. You did it. Oh, I was so happy to see that.
Oh, it's
That's
beautiful.
amazing.
We love
the
voice
other-
lines that are like on just on the line.
The other one that I spam every game when the doors are about to open, I go, "Open sesame." That's my
I
other
saw that
favorite.
today. And I was like, why is this here?
Well, the line originally was "door opening," and I thought that's boring. So then I just threw in that as a last take. I went, "Open sesame," and then Miranda paused and she's like, "My dad always says that."
Oh my God! You got accused of making a dad joke. That is some
Yeah.
harsh business, right there. Miranda, please.
I said, "Well, yeah, but it's funny, isn't it?" And it's kind of cool. He's like, "Yeah, I like that. I think we'll put that as an alt, and maybe we'll use it." And sure enough, that's what made it in.
Perfect.
Amazing. Those are really fun ones as well.
Mm.
And you said that you can't talk about your favorite one, and obviously we're not going to push that. But one thing that made us all very curious, and it's very lore related, and I know you can't say anything about that, but what's your relationship to Finnish?
I had
Yeah.
zero relationship to Finnish from the beginning. I think it was my third recording, and I got the script, and I looked, and there were some Finnish lines. I'm like, "Oh, they must have put the Finnish localization in here on accident. I'm just going to let them know when I get
This
into
is wrong.
No way, there's some Finnish lines here. And they're like, "Oh, yeah. I don't know Finnish."
I was so happy because like part of my family's from Finland, and like I hear my grandma talk it all the time. So I'm very used to the sounds. And I got so happy when I heard those voices. I was like, "Oh my God, my representation is in the game. You did such a good job with it." That was like,
Thank you.
it feels like being with my grandmas again.
I mean, I joke about it where they said, "Hey, you're doing Finnish today," and I said, "F it, we're balling, let's go." And I went into it, but I took it very seriously because I knew Finnish players would appreciate if it was good, if it was done right. So
Oh,
I
absolutely.
said "Itzy Yatuo" maybe 50 times in the booth, and we were with Andrea, who was our lead casting director and director for Overwatch. We went back and forth on that line where she heard something, I'm like, but no, I hear this and I hear that, and I just heard the Finnish localization team person just say it as slowly and as phonetically as possible. I heard it, maybe it haunted me in my dreams. Well, I heard "Itzy Yatuo."
I mean,
Itzy Yatuo.
Itzy Yatua is a very like specific pronunciation, like especially with like they gave you such hard words.
Oh yeah, there is some very long consonant words.
Yeah, that's just Finnish. I can call me that. It's just Finnish. That's just the language. So yeah, damn.
I follow this one account that does these Finnish, like does the words of the day in Finnish. And sometimes they will just go like the Finnish word for tree, and there will be like 4 syllables, like yoik, you poor, like what? That is tree, really? Why are you guys being so difficult? I'm skipping Finnish, so bravo for doing that, man.
Absolutely.
I would have a very difficult time. I would have had nightmares. I would have sweating bullets if I had to do something like that.
That was what I was curious about, actually, because I because of my work with languages, I saw that in many rankings, Finnish is considered the hardest Western language because they have something like 17 prepositions and things that is just like crazy. And so I was very curious, like, oh, does he speak Finnish as well? And no, they just shoved you in your booth and gave like, by the way, you have this Finnish license.
For it.
That's amazing. And I think my other question following that is that so obviously with Emre's background and everything that's happening in lore right now, and all we know is that there is a Finnish, I don't know, institution, let's call it that is somehow related. What are your theories, personal theories about like Emre's future, or where would you like it to go? What are you thinking in terms of like where's the character going from now?
I'll be very careful about how I answered this question. That was the only thing. I could talk about anything involving the process, which I'm frankly surprised by. That Blizzard gave me the okay to talk about the entire process, auditioning, how I got it, how we record things, lines that we enjoyed recording. All that was fine. But anything involving that story, on what that eye is on his chest, I have been locked down beyond belief. They're like, don't say anything. You call it the unknown force. You understand? Yeah, like, my lips are sealed. Don't worry. And so I'll speak very, very generally on where I would hope his story goes. And that would be, as an actor, I really enjoyed playing a character who is as swashbuckling, bold, confident as Emre, but at the same time, him being a character that's had his agency taken away from him. And that's a very unusual story for especially a male actor and character to explore. That's usually traditionally just in media reserved as a more feminine story. That's just how those kinds of stories are portrayed. It's very rare to get the opportunity for a strong, confident male character to be exploring these themes. And I think as an actor, I am intrigued by that challenge as to portray that authentically. Like with Another Life, I watched a lot of videos of soldiers with PTSD giving interviews. So I mimicked things from those videos, like him flipping an emotion because it was just unloading on Freya in the video, where for 4 words, he's speaking angrily, but then he switches to confused and then morose. And he's morose for a little while. And then anger returns. And just unpacking all of that, I hope to be able to explore that more and more through the lore. And Overwatch being a game about a better tomorrow, I think a story like that, exploring that and how you overcome these things would be a beautiful thing to explore going forward with the character.
Yeah, well said. I think
That's
we need that.
amazing, yeah.
We need that.
Beautiful.
I think it is more
Yeah.
more necessary than ever to hear those stories and to see those kind of arcs develop. So yeah, that would be amazing to see you kind of being allowed to explore that, which you most likely will.
Pull off the Blizzard Ninjas, please. I said nothing.
You're safe. You're good.
Snipers are taken up. You're fine for now.
I mean, it's impressive the way you kind of managed to answer the question, but also,
By not answering the question.
Yeah.
I mean,
You
you
could
left-
be a politician.
Can we stop
Sorry.
insulting our
Sorry.
guest, please? We talked about
I'm
the
sorry.
dad joke, then we talked about your grandma, and now a politician. Let's not do
I'm
that.
sorry.
But to be fair, I was saying this earlier today that that's something that I really, really enjoy about Emre, and also, of course, how you played him. That I feel that was a bit of criticism that I had towards some heroes that were released somewhat recently, not in this batch, but like that they felt a little bit one tone sometimes. And I think Emre is the opposite of that. Is exactly that. You have a sentence that a line that is super flirty, because what are we is super flirty. I'm gonna put the words there. And you have something that is really playful. There was a line that I saw that when he eliminates Anna with a headshot, he said something along the lines of, "That was easier than you make it look." That is very playful and very like confident. And at the same time, you go all the way to, what am I doing? Like it's such a good range, and it's so exciting to hear that range in your voice, but also to have a character that allows this range. And yeah, you didn't answer like what is going to happen, but you answered that hopefully we'll get more of that, which would be amazing.
Yes. And I have a personal headcanon, I guess, sheet where I took every single character in the game and thought, what is Emre's relation to them and how does he act towards them? For all the interaction lines, for example, where with Freya, he still sees the girl from Search and Rescue 10 years ago, especially now. So he handles her like a Fabergé egg. If you listen to when he talks to her, he chooses his words so carefully. Like, so, you work alone now. And he's speaking in a very lower tone, not bold and brash. You did your best work on a team. If you want to, join a team, Frey. It's not like you, but, it's cool. He's very cautious with her. Meanwhile, with Mauga, he's just like, get out of my face. If you don't like me, I'm good.
Which is the way you need to treat manga. Let's be honest. That's the way you deal with it.
Everybody hates my boy Mauga. Everyone hates him. I feel bad for him sometimes.
No, I don't hate him. I think he's a very interesting character. One of the things I'm looking
No,
forward
I mean
to.
the cast. The characters do. They're all like, Mauga. Bleh.
Oh yeah, like that. Yeah,
That is true.
Yeah, that's true. I'm looking forward to see the Junker Queen and Mauga meet each other. I want to see what happens there. I want to be in that room. I want to be a little fly on the wall. No, maybe not a fly. I might get swatted. I don't know. A lamp. I don't care. But I want to be there when that happens, because that is an interesting mix. But we get to see that sometime in the future.
I mean, part of the game, but like the interactions were always like a really big draw-in for people. Like, like you get excited when you join into a game, you hope a certain reaction goes on, or you hear new voice lines, anything. Is there something you would maybe want to have, like an interaction between Emre and like also someone from the roster you've been thinking about that you might like personally would be something you would want to have?
Okay, I'll say one I know will never happen, because there's always the chances of these things being planned, and then I say them and they're like, oh, it happened. So I'll pick one that I know there's no way in Overwatch's Omnic Earth it'll ever happen. And I'll do the line because it's between Reaper and Emre. So Emre would go like, oh, don't worry, Gabe, or don't worry, Reyes. I'm sure that Vendetta's search parties won't find you. You're good at dodging things, like child support. And then
Oh my god!
Damn, the roast.
That would never happen. I know it would never happen.
Oh, if
good.
anybody at Blizzard is listening to this, please record
Make it
this one and
happen.
put it in.
No,
Oh my God, that was so good.
Oh my God. I mean, can't pay child support if you're dead.
That would be a great retort from him. Can't pay.
That would be beautiful.
Oh my God, now we need to make this happen.
Oh God,
my
we need that interaction now.
We need it.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to clip this, and this is going out of the world for sure. We need this to happen because this is genius. That was just genius.
That was amazing.
This is why you write, Miranda. This is why you write, Miranda. If you hear this, I follow your direction because I'm too crazy to write anything for Overwatch.
Well, we have a cat in the jetpack now. We need more crazy.
Yeah, we do. I mean, they said a lot of options are open. People enjoy
Everything
the
is
jetpack
game
cat.
now. Yeah.
Look, we're in an age where I ask Alan Dawson, is there a chance we get Mama Hung? And he just shrugs and he says, yeah, we're a jetpack cat. Anything's possible now. I mean, that is the age that we entered. So anything is
So
possible at this
in
point.
this podcast, we've been predicting Mama Hong in a bikini for at least 3 episodes now.
Yep.
Oh.
This is in our, and the bikini is just because of the summer skins.
Yeah, but we need her, you know.
we need
Hong.
Mama Hong, and the summer
In the
skin would be
bikini.
Mama Hong in a bikini. So we've been, I don't know if we've been predicting or pitching. I don't know. Something in the, a bit of both.
Speaking of pitching, my inner fan comes out too, even when I'm around Blizzard employees, where we went to this celebration of season 1, where it was the cast meeting a lot of the dev team, and we were signing posters. I even got a poster myself of the cast that signed everything. And one person I met in particular, which I won't mention who they are because they'll probably get a billion messages if I mention who they are, but I met the person who is in charge of all the collab skins
Good damn.
of Blizzard. And I was very excited to meet this person. And of course, I told them, I downloaded them, oh, this is what I want for Emre. These are the characters and skins I want. So it came time to signing her poster. I sign, as I do, I sign my name, and then I write search and destroy and do a little Emre thing on the poster. But under that, I listed every single collab skin I wanted for Emre, all 4 of them, on the poster. So when she's hanging it up in her room, she'll always know. Those
She
4
always-
skins.
Okay,
This
Please?
is actually. Yeah,
please
go on.
tell me Nightwing is one of them because they would be great. I've been preaching for a DC collab for fucking months. I need one, and I need him to be Nightwing because I need more of the Bad Bros. I need everyone to be represented. This
That's
is
my pie in
dream.
the sky dream skin. Yes, that was one of them that I put on the poster.
Oh, it's beautiful. I love you for that.
That's actually the last thing that I had planned to ask you. That one of them is Dream Collab, but this is D. I blame this on D. I'm gonna throw you under the bus because you said that this might be a good idea. So I have like 10 ping pong questions that are just really quick answer about you. I love you being a fan. So, but you can pass. If you don't want to answer, just say pass. It's fine because
Okay.
one of them is Dream Collab. So are you up for that?
Let's fire away.
Yes. One, who do you main?
Emre,
And
easily.
easily. What?
I was a Halo MLG player at the time,
Ooh.
and his kit is identical to a Spartan in Halo 3.
Exactly. And that's
So-
why it's so. That is why it's almost Kesmet that you got to do this because you were a Halo player. He's the Halo hero. It's almost.
That is perfect.
I mean,
It's
yeah, it's
perfect.
meant to be.
Match made in heaven there.
Yeah, exactly,
Um,
exactly.
And I will say, it was loosely based on Halo. It is not directly, just putting that out there. I know.
Within the spectrum, it
I
is
put
the
the
most
road
Halo
out.
feeling. Yeah, yeah. Who did you main before you started playing Emre? Or before Emre was
Before that, I played across the board all the characters, which led me to being put in Bronze 1, which I found out from the matchmaking person because I got slaughtered as all the characters in Quick Play, which then drops your rank down. Even though I won 10 placement games, Bronze 1. I'm still pissed. But
Oh,
I mained Genji as my DPS. He was what drawed me into Overwatch. Dragons was what captured my imagination and made me a fan of the game. The short. I love Genji. And I just got the Omakase skin for Genji. I'm really happy about that.
Oh, nice.
Finally came up in my personal shop. And for tank, I am the no-skill Reinhardt tank that everyone complains about. That's me in the game. And for healer, I played Mercy, but then I switched to Kiriko.
Nice.
Oh.
So, well, Emre doesn't have a lot of options yet, because the next question would be, what skin do you use for them?
I use the new Empire skin right now mostly because it's the flex now. Like, oh, he bought the battle pass, okay. But I also like the Troy skin too very much.
And who do you? Sorry, carry on.
Oh, just of his default set, the Troy is my personal favorite. I like the color scheme of that one a lot. But they're all nice, and I love how they're all named after Turkish areas like Cappadocia.
Oh, I hadn't even thought about that. Why didn't I notice that? That's okay.
Yeah, Erdinc translates to Dead Sea, which
that's
is
cool.
near Turkey. So all those names like Cappadocia, they're all part of Turkey, regions in Turkey.
Nice.
Awesome. Who do you play when Emre's banned?
That happened to me only once so far, which I'm happy to say. His ban rate is the lowest, which makes me really happy.
Yeah.
I was worried about that when he got the buff, but thankfully they're still not banning my boy. I usually am DPS at that point, so I would be Genji. And also, I've been doing well with Sojourn, which has similar sort of hit scan character. And Vendetta is really fun to play.
Nice.
Vendetta satisfying.
Vendetta can be so satisfying, yeah. I was going to ask, what's your rank? You said you're in bronze 1?
I got to bronze 1 when I did my 10 placement games that I won. Now I'm silver 3. I'm just sort of going through, and when I play, ranking up slowly but surely back to platinum and hopefully diamond levels.
Nice. Now we get into this gray area. The dream cosmetic for Emre.
Okay, I have a few. Weapon charm, I'd want like a Turkish food. There's a Turkish pizza called lahmacun. I'd want that to be the weapon charm because it's meme to death that he drinks Turkish tea and lahmacun. So I'd love like a Turkish teacup or like a roll of Turkish pizza on the weapon charm. That'd be really nice.
They're so good.
Yeah, love them.
In terms of like an armor, I would love something that sort of goes into like the Ottoman era of Turkey, maybe like a Janissary skin of some kind, where it has like that classic Ottoman armor feel to them. Because I really like the new Empire, that it sort of alludes to that sort of more armored look. So canonically, that'd be nice. Dream collab. I'll just throw them out there because they're wishes, they're dreams. Nightwing was one that was mentioned. I would love a Nightwing skin that puts that blue bird on the little TV on his chest. I think that'd be so cool. And of course, he is the butt meme lord of Overwatch. Like everyone just posts his butt in fan art and everything, which he shares with Nightwing.
I have to add that 90% of those people are Aquila. Just so you know, Aquila's a big fan of the butt.
I was told that if I didn't mention Emery's butt, I would be kicked out of the podcast. So I was kind of saving it until the end, but now they outed me. He has a great butt. What can I say, guys? It's just like, I'm waiting for that summer skin so hard.
We were playing together, and I feel like Aquila is getting worked up. I just play Emre, and I turn my back towards her, and she completely calms down immediately. She's just...
That is not true, but I appreciate the effort. The only reason that's not true is because there is a cape. We need to get rid of the cape.
Once there's no cape, it's over for you.
Listen, once Dee said, if you don't say your true feelings in the podcast, you'll be kicked out. I was like, listen, we need to get rid of the cape.
Hey, this is a safe space where you can be honest about your feelings.
What do you mean? It's not the cake, it's a whole bakery back there.
Oh my God.
You know that my first fear, and I kid you not, with Emre was they reveal him in the spotlight in all his amazingness, and I'm like, wow, that butt's incredible. And I remember that after I joined Overwatch, there was a rumor saying that they actually reduced Reaper's figure because I don't know. And I was like, please don't nerf Emre like that. Like, I don't care about the skill set. Like, don't touch him. He's perfect.
Don't nerf his bones, please.
Because I wasn't an Overwatch player back when they said, oh yeah, no, Reaper used to have like a massive butt and everything, and they reduced it, and people rioted. And I was like, when Emre came out, I was like, no, please don't change this. It's perfect.
Oh, they won't. I have been positioning him through all the Discord servers that I've been joining, where this is another fun thing that I love to do as the voice actor, where everyone's all thirsting for Emre, gooning over Emre, and then I just pop in there and like, so, you like my
So
boy,
what you were saying?
And they get all like, oh no, the daddy voice actor's watching me.
Oh no, I must behave. Daddy's watching.
Oh my
And
god.
like, don't worry. I said, don't worry. I'm the dad that just leaves and comes back with the milk, like just to check on your grades. You're fine. Like,
One of
Like on
the
the
pleasures
business
of being a
probably
voice actor is just to kind of basically mess with people that way. It's beautiful, beautiful.
And the last one then is, because it's a big one for this season, Overwatch or Talon?
ooh, that's hard because all the Emre stuff was on the Talon side, so I was aggressively on the Talon side. Like I have from the party that we had for the dev team, I stole one of the cutout Emre Maris that they had on the table. I spotted it at another table and I immediately snatched it. So I love any and all Emre related things and paraphernalia. So I got all the Emre profile icons, whatever it may be.
I saw you had the decal for your controller. It looked really cool.
Yes, that was done by an amazing artist. I wanted to find one piece of fan art to make my controller skin, and that one I thought, oh, it's perfect because you
It's
have
amazing.
the contrasting colors, and I love popping his ult, so it felt perfect.
Hell yeah. I mean, we can say that Mari just floated into your bag magically.
I don't think Blizzard would mind. I don't think. I think you
Also,
earned that one.
Oh, yeah. Also, you can just say you borrowed it. That's it.
Yeah, you can bring it. You can
Borrowed
return it at some point.
Anytime.
I'm
That's
starting
an
to
all
learn.
thing to do, right?
I'm starting to learn a lot about my co-hosts here. They like to borrow stuff.
It's borrowed. I can give back anytime.
Yeah. I mean, it's displayed on my shelf, but I can give it back.
When I'm at Blizzard, I'm like a kleptomaniac. I swear. At the party, they had an Emre cake. They had a cake for all 5 heroes, and they had a cake stone model of Emre on top of the cake.
Wow.
That's yours.
And-
That's in your desk right now.
No, it would have like rotted anyway. So I just took a picture with it. They took me to the secret back room, like, yo, you can't come in here normally, but I'm gonna let you in there and take a picture with the Emre cake stone model. And I was holding him up like a big happy doofus and going like, oh, look, it's my little cake stone Emre.
Look, Mom, that's me.
It's me. It's my boy. Oh God, this is delightful. Like,
It is. It's just a pleasure to hear someone that is just a bigger fan of the game as we are. I mean, a lot of the voice actors are really into the hero that they represent and what they bring to the table and the community. But not all of them are, of course, playing Overwatch. And it is a pleasure to hear you talk about the game and to we just feel that you are basically one of us, so to speak, in the sense that you are just as big a fan. And it is it's heartwarming and a pleasure to see you get this opportunity to do that. And you earned it 100% because you're like, I remember when I saw the comic, the voice. So we have the animated comic version. And up till now, they had done it with the voice, basically, of the main character that would kind of mimic the voice of the hero. So I was watching it. And then suddenly when Emre came on, I heard your voice and I was like, what? And I was immediately, captivated by your voice. And then two, of course, the fact that they added your voice was for me a big red flag. There were immediately videos flying out like, Emre's coming, Emre's coming. I was like, like that little boy that runs into the village ringing the bell.
Yeah.
Alarm everywhere. Oh my god, it's happening.
Yeah.
I was having so much fun watching all the videos about that when it dropped and all the comments like, oh, Emre's coming. Our time's finally here. And then people were like counter theorizing like, no, it's a fake. It's a false flag. They're not bringing Emre. It's going to be Onron.
I mean, on that note, actually, a really interesting question. So, like with Summer Heroes, we didn't you don't know that they're coming. With kind of most of the roster, it was kind of like we kind of knew that they were coming, or they were kind of mentioned, they were theorized before. Like, how did it feel that like when the bomb dropped, like that initial like blow that came out? Like, how did it feel for you? Especially as such a like a lore connoisseur.
Oh, it felt so layered and exciting in the sense that as a fan, I was like, finally, he's here. I was the guy in 2018 screaming on the forums like, Emre's coming season 17, guys, hold out hope. Wrong.
Yeah.
I was just excited as a fan, and then hearing all the theories going around and people thinking that he's evil and all this other stuff. And I was watching all your videos as well, where it was just delightful, and it took everything I had to not like say anything to you.
I can imagine. Yeah.
I'm like, here's why I think Emre's coming to Overwatch 2. And I was like, yes, he's making the video. It's about him.
It's finally time.
He's talking about me, boy. Let's go.
Yeah, the one thing that always kind of held me back to kind of go, all right, they're going to add Emre, is because I felt Emre was too close to other heroes, but they just kind of flipped it around with the whole storyline and kind of making him, we don't know who it is, but the fact that, he's kind of not fully in control of himself in that whole storyline. Very interesting. I love what they did there. And they made him, immediately they turned it around. They immediately kind of made it a very different, interesting character. And it got me very excited to see that happen. And especially, I have quite a few Turkish followers in my community that always speak out, that always told me, I want Emre, I want to see that representation, I want to see someone from my country in the game, as many others also do. But then, like I said, in my opinion, they nailed it with the choice of a voice actor in person to do this. I'm glad that you got to do this and that you get to represent a whole community that way, because let's be honest, it is a heavy load to bear on your shoulders in a way, but it's also a huge honor to have that whole
definitely.
culture represented.
I mean, of everyone that, I'll put it this way, I took it the most seriously, and I am my own worst critic when it comes to my performance with them. I took it so seriously. I had a great time, mind you. It was a blast to do, but in my mind, I was also thinking, I have to nail this just right. And Turks are they're picky. They will call you out on your junk if you do it wrong. So I was very, very committed, especially since there's such little representation for Turkey in the gaming space. Generally speaking, there are a few characters here and there, but I can count the amount of, never mind Turkish voice actors, but Turkish voice actors with ancestry that's Turkish that aren't necessarily culturally Turkish on one hand. So it's very, very unrepresented space, and I'm treading on this ground that hasn't really been walked yet. So there was a lot of pressure to make sure that community was very happy. And at the same time, being in America, I always felt a little disconnected from people, my countrymen, so to speak, because I go in the summer sometimes and I have my friends there. But just as I, feel like I'm getting used to this and I'm enjoying people and their company and being a part of that community as well, I fly back because life continues on.
Yeah.
And that's not where I live and have my career. So it's connected me more with Turkish people, just generally speaking, than even I imagined. Just getting warm, heartfelt messages from people saying, I see myself in him for XYZ reason. And thank you. And just hearing him say naber, hearing somebody say naber, which means what's up in a game, makes me feel alive. And I didn't anticipate that sort of reaction to just the simpler things. I mean, beyond just him being a Turkish character, of course, I expected a lot of celebration, but just those little things that stick with people.
It matters. It really matters. It makes a huge difference for a lot of people. It is for a lot of nationalities and people that speak certain languages. It's just not a thing where they see themselves represented in games. And Overwatch does an amazing job getting those people on board and kind of, diversify the roster and get all the nationalities represented. And it made so much to a lot of people. So it's the beauty of doing that job. So that is something you're probably going to get a lot of reaction on in the future too. Are you going to Turkey this summer?
I hope to. That's not decided yet, but I would love to, just so I can find a spot to connect with people. I don't know if there's a connection or convention I may be invited to there or not, but I would just love to set up something where fans could come in Istanbul or the South and just be all jazzed about Emre and talk about him and enjoy that moment.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I spend a lot of time in Greece, and there's a lot of similarities between Greece and Turkey, and there's also a lot of differences. It's a special relationship, let's call it that. But I know, like, for a fact that there's a lot of people that still play in internet cafes and whatnot, especially on the smaller islands. I think if there would be a Greek hero that just walks into one of those internet cafes and just starts throwing around alt lines when people are playing Overwatch, that would definitely get a reaction. So just giving you an idea of stuff you can do when you go to Turkey, just saying. Because people really react to it. And the fun thing is with the whole revival, people are, I mean, I have been keeping the finger on the pulse of Overwatch for the last 10 years. And I did an event last weekend, and there was a booth for the national television on the French side of the country. And they were playing Overwatch the whole weekend, which is basically telling us, like, yeah, Overwatch is back, because they hadn't played that game in public spaces in that way for the longest time. So exciting times for everybody.
I'm sure Blizzard wouldn't feel remiss of me to say that this is just the beginning.
Oh, yeah.
It's an exciting time to be an Overwatch fan. They got plans, and they're great, and everyone is just fired up already, just ready to rock and roll on the next chapter, and it's going to be fun. It's going to be a great ride for me as a fan, me as an actor, and for the community as a whole. It's going to be, I mean, you said it, Overwatch is back.
Yeah, exactly. Exciting times. I'm looking forward to it.
Absolutely.
The one thing that I snuck in here that I didn't tell Akila about that I wanted to ask you is, look, she's a big fan of the rear end, the bakery, as we called it earlier. But there's another character that she is really fond of for different reasons, and that's Mizuki, because of the voice lines, because he's very flirty. Now we have learned.
Yes.
No.
We have learned that Emre cannot go too flirty, that Miranda is like, oh, you need to be careful here. But is there like a voice line, a Mizuki voice line, that you be a flirty one that you would be willing to do in Emre's voice? And then Akila is going to kind of enjoy that for at least the next 4 to 6 years.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm so glad my camera's off.
Carnival seal.
Wait, what is the most flirty line that Mizuki has? I have it open here. I actually pulled up the tab.
It's the chain one. Please do the
Oh,
chain
yeah, it's
one.
a chain one. It has to be.
I just need everyone to know that I'm so glad my camera's off right now.
Is it the one didn't say you could leave? Is that the one?
Yes, that's the one.
Mind dropping it in the chat?
Yeah, I'm going to.
Oh my god, D.
I'm going to try and get the sound file.
Now it's as good as an opportunity
Okay, so let me
ever.
give you a little bit of context. Just a little bit. It's just like I hope that from what I understood that you said you're super okay with people thirsting over Emre. That's fine, right?
Yes,
So
of course.
amazing. So that's the thing. When Emre came out, I was like, first, he's really hot. We talked about the cake. We talked about everything. And obviously, also, you voiced him beautifully. And when Mizuki came out, I was joking with the guys that Mizuki for me is like a character that is very young, obviously, and but I wasn't expecting some of his lines. And the first time that I was playing the game, and he does this chain ability, and he said something like, "I didn't say you could leave." I joked with the guys like, "I felt things, but he's a teenager, so a person like me cannot." Lust over a teenager. And I made the mistake of saying to D that I was like, but if I had Mizuki's line in Emre's voice, I'd be gone. And that's how we got here. I didn't expect that this would be a thing. I am thoroughly enjoying it, but also I'm probably the color of a red pepper right now.
Let me see if I can play the voice line, if it's going to register for you guys.
Didn't say you could leave.
Can you hear that one?
No.
Didn't say you could leave.
Oh yeah, because it's let me see if I can fix that, but it's going to be complicated because I'm going to hear your voice. But I sent the link in the chat, in the voice chat, and if you go to Binding Chain, it's the second one, and there's a play button so you can hear it.
Oh yeah.
Otherwise, we're going to get a reverb if I try to. I can't send a separate sound file, but.
All right. Okay. I heard it.
Okay, cool.
All right.
Okay,
apologies in advance, Julian. I'm stepping on your turf. All right. Didn't say you could leave.
Okay, I'm done now. I need to go.
Oh, that was good.
Oh my god, that was good.
Good.
Oh God, I need a fan.
Much respect to the way you owned that. You just didn't copy. You just owned this. Beautiful. This is
Listen.
why the man is a legend.
Thank you.
I'm bowing.
Thank you. I am fanning myself. That's what I'm doing.
Kerem,
I apologize, but I am.
Juicy lines after dark.
You made our day, man. You made our day. It was a pleasure talking to you. We need to kind of start running up because I think we went well over time. I think all of us could talk to you for at least another hour. You're a pleasure to talk to.
I feel the same way.
It has been a blast.
Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you so much for taking the time.
Yeah, exactly.
For being such a good sport, for being and congrats on everything that you're doing.
Yeah.
We are truly, Dee said that in the beginning, but we're truly big fans of what you're doing with Emre and how approachable you are and how amazing you are. And we hope that this is just the beginning.
I am convinced it will be.
Bravo.
And we're looking forward. I'm looking forward. I know Pog is going to be there too, most likely, if the world is not set ablaze. We'll see you at BlizzCon. Looking forward to talking to you there. But this has been a pleasure. Good luck with everything that is coming up. I mean, I presume you're going to have a lot of stuff to do. You have probably other projects. I know there's some stuff that you can't talk about even outside of Overwatch. Good luck with all of that. And hopefully, well, I know for sure we're going to be talking soon, but one day to have you back on the podcast, it would be a pleasure.
Absolutely.
Anytime you guys want, I'm game, and hope to see you guys in the pre-game lobby as well. We should get some games in.
Yeah,
absolutely. That would
You're
be
streaming
fun.
too, right? I've seen you've been doing some Twitch. I saw.
That's right. Yes, I finally got the capture card working for my PlayStation 5, so I'll be playing some cop there finally. I have been braving the trenches of aim assist contriller play on PC.
Godspeed, soldier. Godspeed.
Not fun.
Let people know where they can find you. Feel free to drop your Twitch channel because I'm going to be checking. So
same.
Oh, sure. I am the same everywhere. Instagram, Twitter, Twitch. It is Kerem is Whelmed. At Kerem is Whelmed.
There we go.
Is my name, WHELMED. Not overwhelmed, not underwhelmed, just
Thank you.
whelmed.
Just whelmed.
I'll make sure to tag you in all of the communication that we'll be doing so people can find you. And I'm going to give you a follow myself. But yeah, again, thank you for being here, Kerem. Take care. And we'll see you guys. Well, we'll see everybody in the next episode.
Farewell, my friends.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the Omnic Weekly. A huge thank you to our patrons. You guys are legends. And you too can join the Omnic Post family over on patreon.com/theomnicpost. Subscribe to this podcast on whatever channel you are listening or watching this episode. You can follow the Omnic Weekly on Instagram and Twitter. For now, however, take care of yourself, take care of each other. Till next time, bye bye.